down below $37 a barrel for oil. The decline in oil prices likely will have an impact on the airline sector. Joining us now is Southwest Airlines Chairman and CEO and President Gary Kelly. Gary, good to see you, and you're releasing news right now that Southwest passenger traffic was up 13.9% in the month of November. And you're also talking about a key metric, revenue per available seat mile, now flat. People were expecting that to go up. Characterize business for us right now.
Well, November, of course, is the month that we released this morning, and we had an all-time record load factor, so traffic demand is really strong. We had a really solid revenue performance in November. There's a little bit of a shift between December and November taking place this year, but it's still a very competitive environment out there, so the fares are a little softer than what we thought they would be for the quarter, but still on a trip equivalent basis, we'll have an increase in revenue year over year, and I'm very pleased with our performance.
What impact does a move like this morning on the price of oil have on your business?
Well, today it's very positive. That just means we'll be paying less for gas, and that pretty much drops straight to the bottom line.
One of your biggest expenses.
Absolutely. So that at the margin, that's really good. I think all of us have concerns about job growth in the United States and capital investment, and that's a big part of the economy. So there are pluses and minuses, but on a net basis, it's really good for a transportation company.
You talk about it dropping to the bottom line. Are we going to see it in the form of lower airfares in the next few months?
Well, you're seeing it now. Again, I think that's why our unit revenues year over year are flat to down slightly, and we're trying to manage the business to have stable revenues, keep our fares low, don't charge bag fees, we don't charge change fees, and just offer our customers great value.
What about advanced bookings? Are you seeing any signs of weakness in the future from American
Not
flyers?
at all. Not at all. We're having to work a little bit harder to attract customers, and so that's my point about fares being a little soft year over year. But we can get the people on the airplanes, and it looks like December is going to be another strong month.
How would you characterize
business is largely domestic. I mean, so you're not seeing an impact from the worries over international travel.
We're 99% domestic. Our international footprint is all in the Caribbean and Mexico, Central America, so it's all very close. Our record load factor for November, so the bookings are very strong.
Where do you think we are in the business cycle right now? Do you think we're at a late stage and heading towards a recession, or do you see American consumers still going pretty well and keeping you aloft?
It doesn't feel late. It's been such an abnormal recovery, such a sluggish recovery, and it feels like we're in for more of the same, as best we can tell, for next year. But it doesn't feel like things are about to fall apart.
Any wage pressures? Are you raising the pay for flight attendants and others?
Yeah, I think the economy is such that it's driving job growth, and I think we've got to work a little bit harder to recruit new employees coming into Southwest Airlines, and we're definitely having success financially, and we're rewarding our employees.
What kind of raise are your workers going to get this year?
Well, I think we're consistent with the rest of the U.S., low single digits, but we have a profit-sharing plan that all of our employees participate in, and we'll have an all-time record profit sharing for 2015.
So where are the trips that you're seeing the most interest at this point? You're talking about leisure traveling largely, right, or is it business? Compare the two for us.
Well, the airline, and we're consistent with the rest of the industry. Most of the passengers on an airplane are traveling for leisure. So roughly a third to 40% of the traffic is business travel. And that has been pretty consistent this year. So I think that both segments of demand are strong, and I don't see any signs of weakness in either.
Gary, what about new routes?
Well, Dallas Love Field is our big story. Dallas Love Field's federal restrictions were modified in 2014, so we've increased our flight activity there by 50%. And seeing record levels of traffic. So that's been the real marquee headline here for 2015.
And how is the Texas economy holding up to this oil spill?
By all signs, it's holding up just fine. There's clearly some weakness in the oil and gas sector. There's some job loss there, but on a net basis, the overall economy is still growing, and people are still feeling good.
What was behind that big move in traffic numbers, up 14% for November? To what do you attribute?
I think it's all the things we've been talking about. With lower fuel prices, it's a very competitive environment in the industry, so fares are a little lower. and the demand has continued to be brisk. For us, we're growing aggressively in some new markets like Dallas. We've also launched new international flights out of Houston. So we're aggressively trying to get established in those markets, and we're winning new customers, and it all feels real good.
It's working, Gary. Good to have you on the program today.
Great
Thanks so
to be
much.
with you all. Thank you.
Good to see you. Gary Kelly, CEO of Southwest Airlines. Don't forget.